About 2 years ago, the Town of Witless Bay started the process of developing a new logo for itself. A logo is really important. It's the central element of a corporate brand identity. If somebody says the word McDonald's, it's hard not to think of the golden arches. A great logo is simple, clean, and memorable. A logo can't possibly say everything about a place, and it can't have too much detail since this limits how it can be used. There are tons of great examples of successful branding. When we see this logo, most of us immediately recognize the brand. We don't even have to read any text to recognize the company. The maple leaf is one of the most successful place brands in the world. Most people in the world recognize the Canadian flag no matter where they're from. Canada's flag is simple, distinct. It's the kind of recognition that a consistent image can generate. In the past few years, many Newfoundland and Labrador municipalities have rebranded themselves in an effort to remain competitive, attract business and investments, and attract visitors. The Town of Paradise, the Town of Conception Bay South, Deer Lake, the City of Mount Pearl, the Town of Holyrood, Grand Falls Windsor, Badger, Portugal Cove St. Phillips, Placentia, Torbay, Clarenville, the City of St. John's, Bay Roberts. Every time we drive to town from Witless Bay, we see the City of Mount Pearl sign with its orange square and blue semicircles. And then we see the City of St. John's sign with its colorful row houses. These signs help shape the way we see these places. But it's not just the big cities that can have strong visual identities. I think Deer Lake, for instance, with its looping plain, is a really good example. So why are we doing this now? When the town first incorporated, exactly 30 years ago, a lot of thought had been put into the visual identity of the town. The clearly identifiable symbol had been chosen, and a motto had been written up, and a coat of arms had been drawn up. These have served the town really well, and hopefully will continue to do so in their own ways. But 3 decades later, our materials are in rough shape and are in desperate need of being refreshed. The design brief that was written up to hold our logo contest asked designers to consider highlighting Witless Bay as a friendly, colorful town, beautiful and rich in natural assets. It called for the main element to be the North Atlantic puffin, and other possible elements to be hinted at were the Witless Bay Ecological Reserve, humpback whales, icebergs, the history of the fisheries, the sea, waves, rolling waves, rocky beaches, welcoming people, and saltboxes. Of the 32 designers who made submissions, the work of 15 was presented to the public. The work of 11 designers got mostly positive reviews, but 3 stood out above the rest. These 3 designs received the best reviews by far. The very few negative reviews they received were mostly constructive criticisms. It's not that people didn't like them, it's that there were details about them that they didn't like. So we worked with the designers to iron out these details. Based on the criteria for a good logo, being unique, fresh, interesting, simple, the choice between the 3 finalists was very clear. The designer explained how he included the different elements called for in the brief. The flying puffin is soaring proudly, looking up towards an ever brighter future. The eye of the puffin is reminiscent of a dory under sail and highlights the town's historic connection to the fisheries. The waves in the wordmark highlight the importance of the sea, and the humpback's tail identifies another one of the town's key attractions. The stepped letters in the wordmark symbolize the town's rolling hills and promontories, so 12 o'clock hill, the Tolt, and the white space in the body of the puffin is in the shape of the bay. The black detail that forms the head represents the protection given to us by the islands, and the black outline symbolizes open arms giving a warm hug, symbolic of the inviting character of the town's residents. The 4 feathers on the puffin's wing represent the islands that make up the Witless Bay Ecological Reserve. Inspired by the beauty of the landscape that surrounds us and the inviting character of our residents, the logo functions as an ambassador for the town. We want to portray the town of Witless Bay accurately as a vibrant and beautiful place in which to live, raise families, do business, and visit. In time, it's hoped that this logo will contribute to the fostering of an easily recognizable and unified identity that will be a source of pride for residents.